One, I am Ryan Howe out here in the garden today. Got some good stuff to work on here. It is April in Michigan, and I have this section of my garden which I'm going to work on getting some stuff in today. I've got a whole bunch of root vegetables that we're going to be planting, a whole bunch, a ton of them here. So we'll go over those in a little bit as we're working through. But first things first, I've got to get to clearing out the space. It has to be worked over. I've got my broad fork. We're just going to be doing a little broad fork action while we are getting this place set up. So where you're at is where my carrots were. I'm going to plant some different stuff there this year, and it just needs to be cleaned up. There's, the weeds have kind of set up in a few spots here, but I need to loosen up the soil. It is what it is right now. My live time counter is so weird right now. I don't even know what to make of that, but we're gonna get through it. So it says I've been live for 390 hours. I don't think that's quite the case. So since I just turned it on, got my neighbor going by right now. Got to give a wave. So I don't give him a wave, I'll hear about it. So, but yeah, this is a big part of this here. We're gonna be loosening up the soil. We've had a lot of rain the last couple of nights. It's been pretty solid rain. So I want to make sure to get in here while the soil is. Make sure to get the soil workable. Like, that's a big piece of this as well. One of the issues that we run into is where my soil has a lot of clay in it. So I've been working on adding more organic matter to it and just make sure it stays broken up, so I can kind of build out the soil ecology that I want for my garden, instead of what nature left here for me, which is basically just a hot mess. So, just doing the thing. Whew, yeah, need some exercise today too. I feel it in my bones. I just needed to be doing something. So we're also gonna be on the lookout for any worms that happen to make their way up here. For my girls, my chickens, I know they're eyeballing me right now, looking at what's going on, and be like, hey man, we'd love to get some of those worms. So we're gonna be on a worm lookout, like right here. Got some worms, a couple just popped up. Gonna get those over to my chickens here. Won't go every time, but we are definitely gonna make this be a thing for them today. Here goes. Gotta keep the top down for them though too, because they are all set to take off. They're ready to make a run for it. But anyways, we got some stuff to get in the ground today. So we're just gonna kind of work the soil up here a little bit. I think this is about as far as I want to go, and then we're gonna have it some rows over here. So we're just loosening up right now, and then we are going to, where you're at, you're gonna see a little shake going on the camera while I'm working on right by where the tripod is. So, but like I said, if you haven't been here before, welcome. If you have been before, welcome back. Again, my name is Ryan. I am just a dude likes to come out of his garden, hop on live here to chat with folks as we're working through stuff, as I'm working in the garden and in my greenhouse. So a little update for anyone who's been watching for a little bit. The marigolds and zinnias in the greenhouse have germinated. We got about, they need another couple days for, the fast starters are up. By the time I get back from California, I have a trip coming up. Thank you for the like, I appreciate that. Likes are free. We love those things. By the time I get back from California, that'll be a good basically judge of, how the germination's going, etc. So again, I'm a business coach that works around the country, helping businesses grow. That's my main job. This is what I just do for fun. So again, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Hopefully earn your subscription too. Again, getting close to monetization. It's pretty wild. But anyways, I'm a business coach. I work around the country, and so with this, what you got here? Am I cleaning a chicken run? I'm not going to be cleaning the chicken run today. I am going to be feeding those girls back there. They are going to be getting some worms today. I can promise you that. We got so much rain. So, but I will not be cleaning it soon though. Soon I'm going to be cleaning it, because I need that. I'll be taking the, basic, every time I'm cleaning it, it's getting put into my garden. That's why I got the chickens. I mean, the eggs are a bonus, being able to have somebody to stew up every now and again. So, Yeah. Oh, hey. Hello, hello. Edits. Appreciate you. So I'm just going to kind of move you guys around down here as I'm going. I try to keep you in frame here. Oh, you just got chickens? Good for you. You even got chickens for your emoji. That's pretty cute. I like that. Or your thing. How many chickens did you get, Becca? I just got mine. My girls are... Oh, thank you for sub. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, and you can go watch some of the previous live streams that I had too, where if you really want to see a boring video, you can watch 3 hours of me putting together the coop and the run. So that's why I got my girls, is that so they could be out here providing fertilizer and whatnot. So you got 6, I have 6 also. Yeah, so, and you guys want to go take a quick look? After I finish this run, we'll go look at the chickens real quick. So we love that. We love looking at chickens. I've got a company that sent me some chicken snacks too that I'm testing out with them too. So that'll be great. Yeah, we'll go take a look at some chickens. So with that, you know, Becca and Edits both there. You know, if you're garden people or if you're chicken people, whatever, I'm trying to get folks to go to my my community page on my YouTube channel, my YouTube page channel, and upload pictures of their garden or their chickens or whatever, so we can eventually, I'd like to have on the stream, be able to pull them up and, hey, here's everybody's stuff, you know, talk and compare notes and whatnot about what you have going on. Because I just have like a little Walmart chicken thing here, or Walmart, good Lord, Amazon chicken coop and run that I put together. It's working really good. The girls love it, you know. Oh, that sun really wants to come out. I hope it does. It's kind of chilly today. But anyways, just been working through that. All right, so there's that. Let's go look at the chickens real quick. Let's go see what they have going on. Here's my girls. So I built them. I brought in their little roost from the brooder, but you know, I built them a little playground in here too. And then it goes up into the spot over here. Yeah, and then for the I'm in northern Michigan. Oh, they're only 2 weeks. Oh, they're so cute when they're 2 weeks too. I'm up in northern Michigan as where I'm at. So we got over here, did this in the previous couple streams where we got my lettuce and everything. The gold ones, I'd say they're a little over 2 months maybe. I mean, because they were just a little bit smaller than you see where the darker ones there. They were just a little bit smaller than them when I got them. I'd say a little over 2 weeks. But so yeah, we're up here in northern Michigan, and this lettuce is mostly for, you know, the fam, but for the chickens, I've got more lettuce and spinach planted there. I got my brassicas all started through here. So, you know, just working on things. So the gold ones are having a blast. So thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna move this right here for this second. But yeah, I come here live pretty consistently, folks. We're just working in the garden, just kind of comparing notes with people. I am by no means a professional at this, but you know, I have fun out in the garden. I think that's, you know, it's good work. You know, relaxing to be able to come do this stuff. Okay, yeah, no worries. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be here for a minute, so like no rush on that. So right here, I want to get this stuff out. You know, that's the other reason with the broad fork, if you haven't used it, look how easily the weeds come up. Like it's the other reason why I love having the broad fork. Help make it just easy to come clear this stuff right out. All the roots are you know, loosened right up, and you can get them out. And for a lot of this, some of the stuff I have the crabgrass is going in, so the broad fork is really great to really loosen up all the weeds, and so you can get in there and get the rhizomes and get them out, which is really what you want to do. So I had crabgrass get in here. I had crabgrass get into this thing last year. Just made an absolute mess of everything, you know. And once it's in, you know, you've got to get all the rhizomes out. You know, that's just what you're stuck with. So, but you know, it's okay. A lot of this is, you know, grass from the house too, and I do have which I love about my garden too. You know, I kind of just let stuff go. But I had my oregano survive the winter, so it's already up and doing its thing. So good, love it. And a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be growing is going to be to pre-season my chickens too. When they're eventually done and they have to go into the stew. Yeah, that's just part of the deal. They're here for eggs, they're here for manure. Well, they're here for manure first and for eggs. And when it's time to be done, they're going to go in the stew. Nobody's going to waste around here. But cool. So this part here is done. We're just going to keep, I can kind of set you guys up here and keep on rolling. Oh, you guys will like this. Got some, so we got some, I mean, I'm pulling it out because I don't want it in the garden, but got some mullein actually was growing, mullein. So if you ever have this stuff, and you'll know it because it's soft, it's like a very, very soft, velvety. If you see this stuff growing, once it grows up to a certain height, it'll start putting out its flowers. Take those flowers, make a tea. They help with lung issues and stuff like that. This was also toilet paper back in the day because it's soft. So but I don't need it for that. It's gonna go in the compost. So, anywho, but again, we're just getting started. You know, so like with anything, when you're coming through and working in the garden, the stuff you're doing, it's gonna take, it takes a couple passes. First, you gotta break everything up. Then I'm gonna come through here and remove what I can. Then we're gonna come through the hoe, make up our rows. Then we'll seed everything. Again, I'm not going to try to rake too much. Like I say, I've got like old tomato vines and stuff all over the place here. All that stays. Like I said, I'm trying to grow. The stuff I want out is the weeds and some of the green stuff that will once I pull it out, will reroot. We don't want this in here. But I'm trying to get as much organic matter as I can into this stuff because there is a ton, and I mean a ton of clay in my soil. It is, I was pulling out actual, we'll call it boulders. Let's say boulders. I'm allowed to say it. It's my stream of boulders of clay, pure clay, like stuff I could put on a wheel and just start turning out pottery, that type of stuff. You know, like it was legit. So now with this, if you haven't used a broad fork before, the reason we're doing this is that I don't want to turn over the soil. I'm just trying to lift it up and break it up a little bit so that oxygen and water can get down in there and really help make it easy for the roots to spread for my new plants. But also we want oxygen getting in there to help out the microbes down there, because we want the type of microbes that really help out our plants. They're aerobic and they need air. So that's why we don't like compaction. So the goal is when, for instance, like when I'm putting this down, we want this thing to sink all the way down through there. Unlike this area here, it's got a little compaction. Like, you see the difference? Like, and so that's what I'm just gonna loosen up. We're not gonna plant here, but since I'm here, loosen it up. It'll help everybody out, because that's what we want. We want a nice and easy, nice loose compaction. Gravity is going to do its thing. Like, all this is going to smooth back down once we get going, but because that initial compaction's been broken up, we're going to be good to go. Don't worry, ladies. Worms are coming. Just be patient. That's the only reason the chickens keep me around, is so I give them weeds, or give them worms every now and again. Yep, like this guy right here. Got a little guy, little wormy right there. Make his way over to the chickens. I need a little worm pile though. I'm gonna get a pile of them saved up so we got a whole bunch of them at once. So now some of this stuff is harder to get out than others because it has a deeper root. So like, for instance, clover, everyone's least favorite thing, but it's wonderful. But you can see, because I was able to get in there and work up the compaction, we got this part here down to there. All those roots came out. Now, if I lived a little bit further south, something I'd be looking into would be solarizing this. It's last couple of years I've been able to get away with it, but it pushes my growing season back. So what I try to do is I try to do it if it looks like the season's going to work out for me, but for the most part, it doesn't do it that way. All right, so a couple things for you guys, just so you know, learn a bit about if you don't know on root systems. Do you see how those? See how it's got the balls of soil are sticking there? One of the things that roots do when they go down into the soil is they actually have a glue that they produce. That they, you know, it's a I don't want to say enzyme, but it's something they produce. And each one of these, and what it does is it connects and holds the soil together, but at the same time, it also keeps it loose at the same thing, so water and air can come down. And these little areas here, what they have is they're great habitats for the microbes to hang out, to get the nutrient. And it's where this plant, one that's dead now, had an agreement with the microbes that are living here that it'll trade sugar for all of the nitrogen and other minerals and stuff that this plant needs. So it's trading, like that's what's going on. It has sugar so it can live too, but it trades a lot of it down here. So that's what's happened. So that's why on this channel, we don't really spend a lot of time, hey, how can I grow good plants? That's not the focus here. Not the focus at all. Our focus here is I mean, look at these roots. That's why we break stuff up. So you can just pull it right up. What can we do to have good soil? Like, we focus on soil health more than anything. Now, I mean, growing up, I was a farmer. And one of the things that we had in the farm were, you know, we had soil amendments that we would put into our, you know, to help our plants grow. But the thing with soil amendments is, again, they tend to help your soil. I've got to get a soil test this year so I can help balance things out. Because you need to have certain minerals in there for the plants to grow. Like, that's just part of it, right? So soil amendments are to make sure you have the right mineral stuff in there. What you want to make sure you have is the right habitat for your microbes to be healthy. So with that's where the chicken manure comes in, but that's also where composting comes in. Composting, yes, does create great nutrient-rich organic matter for the soil. It sure does. But it also, which is the other thing we're looking at, it provides a great sorry, just getting some roots out there. I was there. The other thing it does is create a nice environment for aerobic bacteria to grow and develop and get their colonies together. So that's why we love compost, preferably fresh compost you've made yourself and you controlled what's in there. So get my dandelions. Now, dandelions typically, once my garden gets going, I'll let the dandelions go. I mean, I'll nip the tops off so whenever I see, you know, when I start seeing them starting to flower. But when I'm starting my plants, they come out. The thing with dandelions, they pull up calcium from the soil and they end up in the leaves, which then die out and gets back into your soil. So dandelions, on top of being delicious, I mean, because I come out here when I'm picking for my lettuce and everything else that I'm growing, I have dandelions that want to set up here. I love it. I just cut the flowers off, and then I've got dandelions to go in, leaves to go into my salad. So they're really delicious if you haven't had a nice little bit, nice and bitter. Just we want to have to complement some of the, you know, the sweetness of some of the lettuces. So when you're talking about the crabgrass, like, this is what I'm going after too. One of the reasons I just do this every year, you know, I'm never going to be able to get rid of it completely, but I can at least try to stay somewhat ahead of it. So, you know, that's kind of the idea. All right, so this one's here. So we're going to move over one more spot. We got one more spot to go here. And then we're going to do some raking. Then we're going to do some hoeing. We'll do some hoeing, and then we will the planting, you know. But yeah, so things are looking. I'm all tilted over here, guys. Hey, welcome back, edits. I made a little bit of headway, but not too much. Just kind of limping along here as we're talking. But one of the things here that we're doing is, again, for here, this is where my, excuse me, it's where my oregano's at. So I'm just going to be working around my oregano to make sure that stays healthy and grows. My rosemary didn't make it. That was a sad day. My rosemary didn't make it. I got to reorder some German thyme too. If you haven't, German thyme is the best thyme. I love this stuff. It's just so fragrant. It has beautiful little flowers, and it's a perennial. Same thing with oregano. They'll just keep growing. And sage. So if you can, you're able to get access to it. You know, grow you a ton of thyme and sage. Mint, on the other hand, keep it in a container. That stuff is the devil. It's good to have it, I guess, if you drink a lot of lemonade, want some mint, or you want mint tea. But holy crap, is mint will take over everything. But anyways, just coming in here, and I'm just kind of cleaning up a little bit. Gotta clean this area out. It's, you know, it's my one spot that, you know, you got those areas in your garden you don't spend a lot of time on. This is one of those spots. It's an area where I put stuff in and I'll see it in the fall. Well, some of the stuff is going to 100% be for early spring, or early summer stuff. Like we're going to be doing beets, some carrots and stuff like that. So some of it for sure. Get out of here, you. Okay, this Clover wants to play rough, so we're going to play a little bit rough here. Okay, buddy. I hate to work the soil this much, but I gotta get this clover out of here. Okay. See if that did it. If not, let's get another day. Make a plan for it. So anyways, welcome everybody. Hopefully I earned your subscription today. Remember, likes are free. We love likes around here. They're kind of our favorite. We love subs just as much. So hopefully I earned that from you. But likes are free. Now, as you can see here, just kind of making a way around, but like I said, I'm protecting this area because it's where my oregano's at. So I just want to kind of clean up around it a little bit, give it a good chance to get going. Because this oregano, I'm going to trim it back probably 3 times this year and use it and then put it in the dehydrator. But I'll tell you, when I'm making Mexican food, like just venison tacos, nothing beats me. I'll just come out here and grab a sprig of this, just drop this, mince this up and throw it in. So good. All right, so we got that area pretty cleared out now. Got some stuff still there. It's no big deal. Okay, back at it, guys. So that's one of the reasons I cook a lot. I cook in the house. My wife doesn't, but that's one of the things where I grow my herbs for specifically is so I can just have access to fresh veggies or fresh herbs like that. I lived in Italy for a while, and that was one of the great things about it. Oh no, I am 40. Thank you, but I'm 46. 46. It's all the clean living and bourbon that I put into my body over the years. I mean, it's been a while since I drank, but yeah, no, this is all of this. Whatever this is just genetics. My mom's 70. She's 69 this year. No, wait, 55. No, she's 70 this year, and she barely has a wrinkle on her. So this says, I appreciate it very kindly, but I've been out in the sun damage, everything you can think of. The only reason that I look this age or whatever it is that you're saying is simply just due to genetics, nothing other than that. So, all right, so big thing here, and again, I've worked soil all around the world when I traveled. It's again just a hobby more than anything, and probably the toughest thing is just learning what your soil needs to be productive, to be able to help plants grow. Like that's kind of the biggest thing. Like this area here, I don't really have any water issues here, but I have water issues in the back over there. So it was really figuring out, okay, what do I need to add into the soil to help it drain, which is sand. So I put some sand in there to help help it drain a little bit. Now, like that's, just learning those things. I need to retain water, basically retain moisture in a certain area. I will take some of the disgusting clay that I have over here, and I'll actually refine it down, break it down into pieces, and integrate it into the soil, because clay will hold on to water for the root systems for a very long time, longer than you want, honestly, just because clay is clay. All right, now we're going to do a couple. I see some larger grass clumps kind of getting started here, so we're just going to break those up while I'm here. Save me a little work later when these guys get too big to have to deal with. Just take a little bit, break them up, and get them gone here. I'm going to show you where I'm at. So this is my trellis that I have for all my tomatoes. I can put in, what is it, 8x7, so 56 plants, give or take, I can put in here. And I turned over like that, there we go. 56 plants, I think I'm gonna have 48 this year that I'm starting, and then we'll get the rest from the box stores, because I do like to grab a couple tomato plants from the box stores, just kind of get started, because they'll have them from the greenhouse, and just get them going. And they're not the only thing that they're for, those plants. Excuse me, just give you guys break out over here a little bit so you can kind of see the action, the boring garden action here, which I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. But the only reason I get the plants from the box store, is just so I have access to fresh tomatoes. That's really it. I can grow them here. I know they've been pumped full of all sorts of awfulness to get them growing, but my opinion, once they get in here, get my soil, get some of this great soil, get some great water, they'll be fine. Back at it. I don't want to, by the way, I'm finding tons of worms. I just don't want to, just don't want to take all the worms I see out, because they are helpful. They do great work. And FYI, worms in the garden are good because they're pooping everywhere. So you get basically worm poop, which is awesome. They help break down a lot of the organic matter as well, which is why you got to be constantly finding ways to reintroduce organic matter into your soil, which is why I use compost. Compost is the answer. So this is why I wanted to get the get the grass out of here. It's still just a baby, but you look at all this. Look at all that. Now I hate to break up the party with all the microbes, but I ain't trying to grow grass here. Okay, just need to get that out. We're good here. I know I missed some. It'll show up again at its own time. Oh yeah, so I get this out of here. Last year's pea plants. And again, this is why look at that root. So again, dandelions, they're super awesome. We love them. You can eat them. We just don't like the fact they flower, but right now when I'm trying to grow stuff, they can't be in the garden. They'll be back later. We love dandelions. Just not right now. It is an invasive weed in America. I know folks are pretty adamant about, thank you for the likes. I appreciate that. Thank you. They're pretty adamant about that it's not a weed, but in America it is. It's an invasive species. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not delicious, folks, but that's what it is. All right. So let's kind of get these last little bits out of here. Just trying to bring anything green, I'm just trying to get rid of right now. Anything else, I'm fine with. The seeds will work their way around it. Okay. All right, so I got missed a whole strip over here, folks. So let's do this. Let's get you, easy, Ryan. Where you at? The corner. Let's just pop you right here. There we go. All right. So the thing with this, folks, is I just want you to, if you haven't gardened before, don't sweat it. It's not that hard. It's tedious. I mean, it's work, but it's, excluding folks like me who come on, YouTube and do these videos, you get to spend a lot of time by yourself, right, with these things. just kind of hang out and let your thoughts run and work through stuff. When I'm working out here and not streaming, you know, which I do quite a bit, I just come out here and spend some time out in the garden when everything's up and running and I'm not streaming. It's where I do a lot of thinking for my clients, but also just what I'm doing with life, how things are going. I have a process where I review basically every week. Was I a good person this week? What could I have done better? And then what do I have coming up, and what are some opportunities for me to, you know, do better as a human? And I'll do a lot of that in the garden. If you don't do something like that, I highly recommend it. It just has a way of centering you and kind of helping you through life. Hey man, how did I do this year? And I do it at the end of the year, by the way, too. It's like, how did I do? Was I a good person? You know, and everybody's got their different version of that. You know, for me, it was just like, I got a little bit more I got to do over here where the carrots were. You guys weren't here, by the way, when we did the carrots. I got, even after going that, you know, pulling them out all winter for snacks and for dinners and stuff, I still had a half a bushel in here. It was carrots everywhere. So I said, we're going to do something different. We're going to move the carrots this year. I like to have the same plant in the same area too much. But anyways, if you haven't done something like that where you spend time just thinking about, hey, how did I do this year? How did I do this yesterday? Whatever. I lost my temper. Why did I lose my temper? Why did I let that upset me? What happened? What was the real reason I got upset? Because most of the time, you know, it's our fault when we get upset. It's not the person who said something. So just, you know, that's the stuff I work through. So if you don't have something like that where you just spend time to reflect, highly recommend you find a way to work it into your life. You'll love it. It's it definitely changes a lot of stuff for you. I know when I started, it made all the difference in the world. I mean, my hairline had already gone back to here by that point. So if you're younger than that and you start, man, good for you, man, or you know, dude or dudette. I'll be happy for you. All right, let's see a couple spots here. I just want to double check back on. There you go, good. All right, so a couple things. I'm going to break it. Pop you over here, and just like last time, we're just going to kind of work through the sections as we go. Hey, Ann, welcome. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Where's my rake at? Oh, goodness, left it all the way here. I got something to show you guys too. You'll like this. All right, so, hey girls. I meant to show this to you guys. Showed it last stream, but I forgot the new one. So part of my ever-growing collection of stuff I have here, this is sorghum. If you haven't seen it before, this is sorghum. It's from birdseed. I have bird feeders around here because I'm trying to bring birds in and whatnot, have them around. And yeah, you know, Ann, we were just talking about the fact that, you know, like I look younger or whatever it is, but I don't, you know, whatever age you're at, find a way to enjoy gardening. It's a lot of fun if you can do it, you know. I always try to tell folks it's a good time. So with my rake here, what I'm just trying to do with the rake here is try to level off where I can, like that's it. So again, not really too worried much about working the soil, but it also lets me see where I get these guys. So we have in my, which I also get to see these two, which are great. So, Ann, hopefully I earn your subscription today if I haven't already earned it. Do you get these in your garden? The wild garlic. So this is wild garlic. Grows up here in Michigan all over the place. And I love to come grab this whenever I'm cooking. If I've got potatoes or anything I'm doing, I can just come out, and they're in my yard everywhere. So that's what I say. I'm not worried about pulling them up. They're literally everywhere. But that's the part with raking. You get to see what you missed. That's kind of it. You move the soil around, and you know, when you were busy pulling stuff out, and it's going to help you say, okay, I missed this. Like I've got 2 dandelions over here that I missed, that they're coming up. You know, so, and we really just want to work this section. Now I'm going to also, while I'm doing this, I'm going to pull a lot of my plant matter that's on the surface, I'm going to pull it off as I'm doing this. Once the plants are up and established, this is mulch that's going to make its way back out again. So good. So oh yeah, so hey, listen, I'm actually I'm in Michigan. I'm along Lake Michigan. And in theory, this is what everyone tells me, I can't get stuff in the ground around here until Memorial Day. But and I do every year though, I've got lettuce, I've got my brassicas, I got the stuff that will survive. They've already been through a 26 degree frost. You know, they wilted in spots, that happens, but the plant overall, they're still doing their thing. So I've kind of figured out and hacked it a little bit, what I can grow. So I have stuff in the ground. And like this, today we're starting carrots and other things that it can be in the ground and do its stuff. So you're still prepping in Georgia? How in the world are you still prepping? My goodness, I would already have, oh man, Georgia. What would it be like to live there? Y'all got some good soil down there too. Oh yeah, by the way, I lived in Texas and I picked up a yawl as part of my thing. So yeah, Ontario, we've got a few folks on the stream that stop in. They're from Ontario as well too. And you know, we're in the greenhouse most of the time talking, you know, because that's what happens. So, but you know, you get stuff like this just to show you. This is the root system. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look. Gina Warrior, I'll definitely look her up. So this root system is from Brussels sprouts. These are my Brussels sprouts that grew last year. I mean, just look at those things. Love it. Again, I'm not trying to take it up here, but I do want to kind of clear what I can for my stuff here. Like I said, I know till where I can, but some stuff I do just want to get out. Like these take forever to break down. You know, they're meant for longer term living. So where I can get them, we'll get them out. But yeah, no, there's a lot of good folks. There's let me turn this over here. You guys stay with me as I'm going. So there's a redhead lady who's in Canada who has a channel, which I love her stuff. She's an actual like sciencey person. She got that big brain, you know what I mean? So I like to watch her stuff every now and again because she does science, and you know, I want to know science stuff sometimes, you know. So yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, right? So this is just, you know, like on this garden that I have, this is year 3 with this garden, and this is 25 by 50 is the size that I have. And I just added my girls back here, my chickens this year. I've got multiple compost bins, and you can see my greenhouse back here where we go live. If you haven't been on the streams, you guys kind of missed out. We're kind of living towards the end of the greenhouse streams, but you know, we've been in there quite a bit, but you know, that's kind of my homestead I got here. I've got an orchard on the other side of it, just a few, but it's a half-acre property. So comes from Michigan, USA. Yeah, I know, trust me. Hey, so you say you like to watch us Michigan people. We watch Alberta people because all of our storms typically are coming that direction down. They usually swoop down and get us, you know, that or Iowa people or Alberta folks. Let me know kind of what my weather's going to be. But again, the lake messes up half the stuff. So, all right. So we are just kind of making our way along here, folks, and just kind of clearing out what we can. Then we're just going to basically hoe our rows and get to it here. But yeah, so the other thing too, and I just recommend this, you know, for, and you can get stuff in there, but just save some leaves. I have big piles of leaves that I use for compost throughout the summer, but I also have them there if it looks like we're going to get some sort of break where we're going to get some terribly cold temperatures, like we're down to 20. I just go and pull all the leaves that I saved, and I just cover up my plants. Yeah. Okay, hey, listen, anything I can do to help, edits, anything I can do. Well, here's the thing. Can you get a container? You know, when I was traveling, I used container gardens. That's what I had. I got, basically just got a container, got some seeds, got some soil, some water, and just grew where I could, you know what I mean? So, that's something for you. I've had folks on the stream before that lived in, where they live at. was it Qatar? I can never. Oh no, they were in the UAE, in the Emirates. They were up in their tall, up in their skyscraper they lived. All they had was a very tiny, like a little balcony, but they were growing tomatoes. We got them growing tomatoes and doing other stuff too. Yeah, 100. Yeah, so that's the thing, Ann. We had on the stream from, oh gosh, probably 5 days ago now. 5 days ago, and they're just coming up. I got my marigolds and my zinnias that I harvested the seeds from last year. We got them up and running. So yeah, I put flowers everywhere. When you guys stick with the channel here, if you know, saying you sub and you stay for a while, you will see this entire, it is a green forest of stuff. I try to get stuff on basically every square foot has something growing in it. Try to maximize it. Okay, so next up is hoe time. And with this, really what I'm gonna be doing is laying out my my rows that I'll be doing. And I'm gonna do my rows this way. I have the sun, this way is south. So behind you guys is south. So I'm gonna be laying my grid basically this direction, to have them just in rows going like here, so they're getting sunlight on them like that. The issue is going to run into here, so you got to know your property. I'm going to turn you guys around so you can see. So you see this house that's right there? That thing blocks sun because of how far north I am. So this section of my garden right here, right where we're at, gets about an hour and a half to 2 hours less sun than everywhere else, just because where the sun comes up, and I got a fence over here, it lets the sun hit over there, and as it's coming up it stays sunlit, but there's a section right about here that barely gets any sunlight on it. Well, it gets plenty of sun during the summer, but it starts with being down. So what I like to plant over here are, you know, the cooler weather plants, like that don't need as much sun. So that's where you're going to see we've got carrots. Like this year, this is where my brassicas were this last year, and I'm moving them over here, starting them this spot so that they can do their thing. So that's kind of the idea. So got my neighbors, it's the rain stopped, so they're out playing here. So what do you got here, Ann? Very small garden area. Containers, absolutely. Yeah. Trying to buy anything in any sort of real estate in. Really? My dog there's a dog woofing at me. But yeah, trying to buy any real estate in Canada doesn't make sense right now. So I got you 1,000%. All right, so what we're gonna be doing here is, it's gonna be a little bit of a thing here, but I'm gonna basically just making my channels and stuff. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I put this, I had many neighbors as I was putting this up. As I was putting my fence up, that loved to be able to come through here and talk to me about my fence and give me all sorts of advice on what to do with my fence and tell me exactly why I needed my fence, exactly how they thought it should be. It was so much fun. I love living in I'm in a village of 277 people, by the way. Very small area. I work around the country with clients as a business coach. Moved back here for family, but I'm in the middle of nowhere on purpose, so I can just get away and do stuff like this, but still get to, you know, hang out and talk to people online like this. So yeah, definitely appreciate y'all coming by. So I just want to re-break this up a little bit, and then we're going to get in here and we're going to do some rows. That's happening here. Again, I want to just be able to lift, not this guy. I want to lift you up with this guy. Yeah, and again, the idea just simple, just bring them. You can tell this is my carrot patch for sure. And this is also the other spot. The carrots, once they get out of the ground, they get all mushy pretty quick. That's gonna be compost. All right. So again, we're just making rows here, which is simply just piling up the soil into rows so that as the seeds are coming up, you know, we want them out of the water. They're still going to have plenty of access to water, but we just kind of want to make sure that they are up. And it's a real simple process. I mean, again, it's not meant to last forever, At least in my garden, it'll level off a little bit. How many we got today? That's probably a really good question. How many rows do I need to do? Well, we got, right here. How about we go over what I think I'm planting today? Genealogy 30. Look at you. Genealogies. You got one of them big brains. One of those big brains. All right, so over 30 years. Oh, that's awesome. All right, so here's what we're gonna be having. We're gonna get a variety of stuff here going. So I got my, and I know it's backwards for you guys, I'm sorry. So just look at the picture, I guess, but it's carrots. So I got multiple carrots we're gonna do. Multiple different types of radishes. We're gonna get some turnips going. And you'll notice the theme here, these are all things that really don't need a lot of sun, right? They do well in the cooler weather. Beets. So here's my second row of carrots that we're gonna have here. Again, all different styles. Again, carrots are carrots. I grow them. I have them there when I need them. Then after that, you know, they go to the deer and to the rabbits. I toss them over there. So parsnips. Parsnips are one of those things that I swear you've got to be over 35 to enjoy parsnips. They're just so parsnippy, whatever that means. They're just, yeah. Here we go. Then we got these Royal Chantilly. Oh, is it really? Oh, yeah, Chantilly. These are good. They're really good, a lot of flavor. We got additional type of, we got the white icicle radish as well. And then we're gonna do the red arrow. Followed by, oh no, those are the last bits there. So that's what we're looking at here. It's quite a few that we're gonna have growing in here. But you know, we'll get them in. If we can't get them all in this spot, I'll find another spot for them. It'll be fine. So we're just gonna make some rows and do the thing, all right? But with, oh, real quick. So this is a seed packet mix or kit. Kit? I think kit might be the right word, but it's 55 different seeds that I got from organic, from Organo Republic. So it's organorepublic.com. I got it from Amazon. This was a 55 pack of seeds. And again, I'm trying to, I mean, if someone could look on Amazon real quick, because I don't remember how much. It wasn't much though, because it came with 55 sets of seeds, and it even comes with like a little toolkit to help you in the greenhouse too, like, you know, a little 4-pack of stuff that we used. So, but it was, so seed costs in freedom dollars, like between $3.15 and $4 a pack for seeds right now, I think is what they're going with. So America, we always had to live, we were always ambassadors. So we always tried to have funny little jokes for all of our stuff. But yeah, so anyways, up in Canada, you know, I know, and a lot of, you know, a lot of Canadian folks aren't going to be making their way. Is it me lagging? I don't know if it's you lagging or not. I don't know. I can't tell on the phone who's lagging. So I don't know. I can't answer that for you. But so anyways, like I said, we're just trying to build, and again, the rows that we're trying to do here, real simple. We're just trying to get them up and have about a foot of the best that we can to be, you know, 8 inches to a foot between the rows, which is going to give plenty of space for sunlight and air to travel between the rows and be on top of that piece. You know, the rows honestly are more for airflow than they are for sunlight, airflow and water management than anything. So if you've ever wondered why folks are doing it, that's the main reason why. Let's get this guy back over here. Now my row, FYI, I have no string down on my row to do these rows. I am 100% like just eyeballing it. So don't be surprised when after you get a look at these things that, you know, they're doing this thing. Again, I'm just doing my best out here. Again, the goal here is just to move this stuff up some. There we go. I can finally get in a little bit. There we go. Get you guys kind of out of the way now. I can get a little bit more dangerous with this. But so yeah, just doing well. I didn't wear my hat today, and I'm kind of regretting it because my hair is getting all over the place, getting up in my eyes. But we're making it work. There's there's this couple, I just found them on YouTube as well. They do Oh, who are you? What are you doing here, buddy? Had a little carrot survivor from the carrot apocalypse that I had the other day when I pulled everybody out. Let's see, am I still? Hold on. Okay, sorry. Just checking something. So yeah, I had this little guy. I'll get him out here. Rabbits will find him. All right, so let's get back up and get this guy rolling. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff to get in the ground here, and this is the thing, folks. It's like with a lot of stuff in life, the actual process of planting doesn't take that long. Dropping seeds into the ground doesn't take that long. Like with everything, it's the prep work to get ready to do the activity is where most of the time should be spent. You know, I know that I talk with my clients about that. It's like I should look up the dude's name because if it's a dude or whoever it is, they're talking about that. It's something in Chinese person basically said, you know, you should spend 20 times as much, or you should invest 20 times the amount of time. So preparing to do anything. So like that should be the thing. So like to make sure that it goes off well. And that's what I mean. So like all the work we're doing here right now that we spent, I still haven't had a seed in the ground, and we've been on for over an hour now, I think, with this stuff. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is to do the thing. Oh, so got another one of my wild garlics doing its thing. Another one of my wild garlics. I think that guy's far enough away. Yeah, he's fine. So with this, just drawing the hoe through and using it like almost like you would a plow to push the sand up on either side, or the soil up on either side. And like I said, once we got this guy, I can't have him in there. He's got to go. Appreciate him, did good work, but another brassica that was from broccoli. It's got to go. Here we go. Right. And it smells so good too, working all this fresh soil. My goodness, does it ever smell good. We've just got so much working good. And again, I typically don't like to break up the soil, but I'm working in more organic matter this year, so no matter what, we are going to be doing that. I'm going to have some compost once these guys are up. Once everybody's up, we're going to come back through and put compost down over this. I don't like to have the soil uncovered, but in this case, with these particular plants, it's just the nature of the beast. So we're going to have it uncovered for about a week and a half or so, which is always the bad thing. You're going to have weeds going to set up, and it's causing me a little extra work. But like I said, we're adding more organic matter to the soil. So there's only one way to do that. Either spend a bunch of years growing and letting the roots die, which you can do that if you want, then you can. But for this, I'm actually going to be working more compost into the soil to help it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about where we're at. So we're going to be doing this next. Getting these guys in here. So I've got to,